Hey, soldier, you had one mission and you are failing. The mission was simple and clear. Protect these women and children. No one said it would be easy. No one even said you would survive the mission. But you're still breathing, right? You were knocked out, unconscious, woke up not knowing who you are, where you are, or what mission you were here to accomplish. Well, I'm here to remind you. Protect these women and children at all costs. Let me explain how we've been surviving so far. Walk with me.
All right.
Hey, looked like I seen y'all just a little while ago.
Well, you know what? Sure did. I would like to welcome all of our guests to Confessions of a Publisher, which is today is on the ShePub Network, but we have Confessions of a Publisher on all of our platforms, Inspire Publishing, Allure Publishing. And why? Because we are still building our followers on Confessions of a Publisher. So once we get to that 100 mark, y'all, we gonna be on and popping, okay? Yes. And so what you guys just saw is, just the honoring our soldiers, the men and women who, served our country. So we do have an author, Jonathan Jefferson. He served our country, as well as Entity, which is another author on our within our literary family as well. And so this is them here. Entity published Here I Am, and then Jonathan Jefferson published a poetry book called Peppermints and Roses. So just wanted to give that honoring for them and everything. But how y'all been doing?
We've been doing good. We made it. We had a happy holiday. How y'all holiday was?
Holidays. It was good.
Yeah, what y'all cooked though? What was on the menu?
Oh, wow. I've come to the realization that I don't know how to cook small. Like I don't know how to do small meat, but my son actually helped me cook this year. So he made his famous macaroni and cheese. I did, of course, the traditional greens and smoked neck corns and corn on the cob and yams and cornbread and all that good stuff. And
dressings.
I didn't do dressing this year.
I did dressing.
Yeah, me too.
I did that in dressing, and then my people helped too. Thank God I got other people help. Then I have one I had to do a dairy-free mac and cheese. My daughter did that. Well, my husband did that. My daughter did the other mac and cheese. So we have two big old pans of different. But then I had to get something to eat today because there's nothing left but meat, and I don't eat meat.
All right. Well, we are going to get to the nitty gritty of why you guys are here. So put your name in the chat. Tell us where you're from. Tell us who invited you. Because tonight, man, we're going to be talking about, this might be one of the first. This ain't a PG-13 type situation here. So, it's a collaboration of some seriousness, some, real life stuff. So let me see. So we do have Pamela on here. Hey, Pamela Coleman, how you doing? We miss you. So Pamela is crashing in from Virginia, and we want to know where you're from. We do have some viewers on the line tonight, so we're gonna get ahead and jump into this party because we was already partying before the party, y'all. So y'all know who we are. We are the trifecta, named by Mark A. Bolsager, author of the Black Cyrano series. Right, he will be in the building tonight as well. And so let's just go ahead and welcome and bring on all of our guests tonight, because we will be talking about Dr. Peabody by O'Mia Tylet. Yeah.
Hey, y'all.
Nice. Oh my, I love that. All right. So first of all, how y'all been doing? Natasha, O'Mia, Mark.
Amazing. I'm still like,
I can't hear anybody.
you can't hear me?
All right. So you know what?
I'm on mute.
If you can text Natasha and maybe ask her to leave and come back in,
So you know
and
what?
maybe she'll be able to
If you can text
get
Natasha
us.
and maybe ask her to leave and come back in. So you know
And
what?
maybe she'll be able to.
Text
Okay. And I'm hearing feedback now. So somebody got another monitor going on. So we're gonna have to mute that so we're not hearing me double.
Let me make sure I got all my stuff off.
Right.
Yeah, it's
So
all.
how you been doing while Natasha's getting back on?
Me?
Been good. Oh, you're talking to me, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or, yeah, I've been doing good.
Now did you cook for Thanksgiving, Mark, or what?
No, I helped my family cook this year. So my mother did most of the cooking, but I helped. My father helped. It was a total family team effort. So my brothers helped. So we all pitched in. There was a lot of food too. So we did. If y'all saw my story, yeah, we did that. So we had a good time. My family members are well. My brother just flew back to Denver yesterday, so he was just here for a week and then he had to go back on business. So yeah, but we had a good time though.
All right. And lady of the hour, did you cook?
Yes. We had a lot. We cooked everything except chitterlings.
Oof,
What?
chitlins and years.
No,
Uh,
but we cooked a lot. I had help this year though, so I'm excited about that.
yeah. All right. So, man, who want to get this party started?
I'm
Dr.
gonna let
C.
I'm gonna let the ladies go first because I'm just here to offer my perspective from a male point of view, an unabashedly male point of view, because I think we need to look at this from both sides of the spectrum.
Yes.
Because
Oh, really?
yes, really, because no, the book was great though. I think it's a great book. So definitely shout out, kudos to
Thank
O'Mia
you.
for writing such a great book. But I did have some questions, and I did, have some concerns, as a male, because, something I read in there, let's just say that they weren't, I'm a visual reader, so some of the things I envisioned it scared me. I'll say it that much. So
I could only imagine.
Yeah. Let's just start with getting to know the viewers, getting to know who O'Mia Tylet is. Tell us a little bit about yourself, and then we will maybe read the summary of the book. Somebody could, read the summary of the book, and then we'll get into the conversation. So let us know what's going on.
Absolutely. Well, first, I am a mother of 5. I've been married twice. Currently married. It's been 20 years. I'm really, really excited about that. Always had a passion to write. Like I didn't understand it at first, why I had this fascination with paper and pen. And now I see, and now I see, and being an only child, let me tell you, the creativity is just wow, because it was just me. So I had to create a lot of things on my own. And I think that's where a lot of this is coming from, just things that have been stored up here, ready to like get on paper. I work full time. I'm in accounting. I love what I do. I simply love what I do. I am also a health coach. And I think I talked to Shanita about this. I thought that was my passion. You'll be surprised, like what you think. The role you have for yourself is so much different from the role God has for you, because I lived and breathed Herbalife. Hear me? I mean, the results show everything, right? And I was like, this got to be my passion, because I'm going hard. But all that set me up for my book. Everything that I've done, everything that I've created in the health industry, is it being implemented in the success of my book, and I'm super excited about it. I still talk health if anybody needs to get a meal plan, health plan, anything like that. I still talk that because I do have love for it. But my passion is writing. I will write for you. I will write for me. I will write just because I want to write. I'll write if I'm happy, sad. I just love writing. And I'm going to express not just this book, but many more books. I'm going to express all that and so many more books. I got so much more to come. I'm super excited.
That's awesome.
That's passion.
Wow.
And I just don't write with any pen, by the way.
Do you have the pens? Do you have the pens?
Oh, great. Now I feel like wait. I wish I could walk away. I tell you, I got a lot of pens, okay? But I write with specific pens. And I do videos and show you guys like on my post of the many pens that I purchased. But it's funny, when I start jobs, guys, I tell them I bring my own supplies. Don't give me your pens because I don't want it. I don't want nothing to jink these hands.
Yeah, look, y'all, if y'all have to follow her. Okay, so where would they follow you to see all these packages you open? You know, you open pens, all these other kind of packages.
You can follow me on TikTok at Coach Mimi 30, Facebook at Mimi's Back Smith. Same thing with Instagram, Mimi's Back Smith. Follow me, guys. I have some amazing content. It's just built around all of it, all of writing.
Yeah. All right. So now, who gonna read the summary of this book? Because we finna get into it, ladies and gentlemen, and even from the chat, we want you guys to ask O'Mia some questions as well.
Yes.
But who's up for reading the summary?
Let the lady of the hour do. She can
Of
read
the
her
book.
with the passion. She's the passionate one here right now.
Oh, I have no
it. And I like her voice. Her voice is like, you know.
She has the voice for it to be somebody that's
most definitely.
You could thank you.
Yeah.
Well, I want to introduce Dr. Peabody. Dr. Peabody is by O'Mia Tylet. It's a gripping fictional novel that follows the journey of a successful Black woman whose past refuses to let her go. Despite her achievements, she's found herself haunted by old wounds, allowing pain and revenge to cloud her purpose. As she wrestled with the demons of yesterday, she soon realized that vengeance doesn't heal. It only deters her destiny. The real question is, will the demands of her past, will she find the strength to break free, or will she lose the very thing she swore to escape? This powerful story explores the consequences of letting the past dictate your future, reminding readers that true strength comes from overcoming, not retaliating. Dr. Peabody is not just a story, it's a lesson in resilience, redemption, and the power of letting go.
Wow.
And you know what? When she read that summary, when she read the ending, and I'm gonna be honest, this is my second time reading the book, so I just finished it for the second time today. I was like, oh yeah, there's gonna be a sequel. There's gonna be a part 2. I already know. And I'm waiting for it. No. I already know what time it is. So I know, like I kind of have like an ESP with authors, like when they leave the readers like asking like what else is coming or hanging.
Let the
right.
dun.
You could tell, that cliffhanger. You could tell that there's going to be something else down the pipeline. So I already know.
With the dot at the very end.
Yes.
Yeah, and she's an amazing writer. Like, I think I read the book again too, and I was just like, oh my gosh, like there are just some people that can write a book and it's just like a page turner, and it was a bunch of surprises in there and everything, but and I even have, once we get to the end of the book, I won't say it, but I have my speculations on some things that has happened. But so let's so since you read the book, because we're gonna start with Natasha, I want to ask you, O'Mia, what before we get to Natasha, what was the inspiration for this book before we get into it?
Okay, I'm gonna be 1000% honest. This was not intentional. When I sat down to write the book, I took a year off social media because I needed to take away the noise, right? And I needed to focus on what it was I needed to do. So I took a year off social media, and I went into like this dark place, and I was asking for direction. I have told Shanita this story many times, and I asked for direction. And when I sat down and I went back to start to write, I got to my desk, I started to write, and my hand went to where I thought I was going, and it just went here. I had no name, I had no characters, I had no plot, I had no ending. It was just my hand started moving. And I'm just one of those writers that some writers, they can type and keep going, but I'm a writer and my hand just leave. I had no direction for this book, guys. My first book that I wanted to publish, it's Between Me and You, not Dr. Peabody. The name, everything, it just fell down on me when I sat in that chair and I asked for clarity and guidance. And I just feel like it was a sacrifice what I was doing. And then God just dropped it down in my spirit to start writing. Now, from what the book is about, you might be like, what? But it's a message in there, it's points in there, and it's real, and folks can relate. And I really, really love this book because every time somebody read it, they like, can I just give you a hug? And I'm like, huh? It touched them different, but that was the kind of reaction I wanted from people. I wanted them to really relate or really feel or really let go of what was holding them down and they're afraid to speak of. I wish I could just post all of the comments that people had said about this book and how it changed them or made them face some things. Let's put it that way. But the inspiration was me just asking God for clarity and direction. I did not intend to write this book.
But it was intended for you to write.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I like the clarity. Sometimes, I like when you said that God direct you. A lot of times, at least for me, I'm that same type of writer. It has to hit me, and it hits me in different places. And I can be in the bathroom, I can be at work, I could be going to work, and something will hit me. And then I got this thought of a new title for a book. And before I'm knowing, I'm writing it. Or I'm either writing it and don't know the title like you did. So that is what we call just a gifted writer. Has a vision to be able to see things before it's even put on paper. But a lot of times it's really what God sits in our spirits. And I'm one of those people who have come from that part of me that says, God, lead me in a way that you want me to touch somebody, not just me. And so this book is one of those books that allows people to take them on a journey of redirection, redemption, as you said, and being able to look deeper, as I've always said, peel back the layers of onion and dig deep. And so this is what this book has done for probably a lot of people. And I'm quite sure a lot of those people who have read that have probably said the same thing. So thank you for allowing God to sit you down in a chair and let your hands be free to write. So thank you for that.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it.
I want to say, first, I did not if you all knew how long I've been waiting to do this, not knowing that this was going to happen, this roundtable. I've been knowing this lady for 40 years.
Wow.
40 years. And when I got this in the mail, and I'm one of those friends that I'm going to tell you straight up, look, you need to do that over because that's not right. But when I tell y'all, if I could have flew to where she was and thumped her nose, because I sat outside with my legs crossed. I said I've been knowing her for 40 years. I sat Indian style with my legs crossed on the porch, and I read it cover to cover.
Wow.
Me knowing her as long as I have, when I tell you, I would have never thought. Now I know she's creative. I know all the things because we did a lot of things together creatively. But when I tell y'all, I did not expect this, and we have not talked about this. The hardest thing I've ever done, because I wanted to just go in on her, like, you mean to tell me that the book ended like this and you didn't give us this and you, but I didn't do that. This really, I had to think, like, is this the, I had to go back and open and say, wait a minute, let me see, is this really her picture on here? She didn't write it. She did this.
But wait, Tasha, you tell them I was away from you for a year as well.
A year.
I almost lost friendships.
No conversation, no contact, nothing. Nothing.
That's real.
And when I say I didn't understand, oh, I was hot. I was like, you know what? Whenever I talk to her, I'm going to tell her, you did. But what she did was she showed me that tuning out the noise is necessary for you to get to where you're trying to go.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
This is something that's been cooking. This has been, I'm talking about a slow cooker. You know how we always want things fast. We want that fast stuff.
Mm-hmm.
This has been marinating for so long, not even knowing what was going to come out of it, what it was going to taste like. And I'm just going to tell y'all, if y'all haven't read it, baby, it's good.
Slow, we call it slow burn. It's a slow burn. Sure.
It is.
Slow
it
burn.
is.
Yeah.
It is. And I promise y'all I'm not saying that because I know her. I'm not. Because if it wasn't, I wouldn't have read it. I don't read anything, not instructions. I don't read labels. If I'm allergic to it, it's going to get me. I'm not reading anything. So I read this. For me to read it, I'm telling you, it's the power behind what we as writers and creators can come up with. To leave me sitting, scratching my head like, wait a minute, do I know Dr. Peabody? I wanted to figure it out, y'all. I do. And I'm still trying to figure it out. I'm on my second read too.
Join the club, sister. Join the club. We all
I might
still
have
trying to
missed
figure it out.
something.
We all still trying to figure it out. You know what I'm saying?
Look, you said some really great things though, especially the tuning out the noise is necessary. I mean,
Yes.
it is so true. Like sometimes we do got to get away from the social media and the cell phones. We got to put them down or turn the TV off or, do something meaningful for yourself or your family, without all of that. So I absolutely love that. But also when you say, do I know Dr. Peabody? I will tell you that, especially when I began reading the first part of the book, which talked about molestation, I wanted to know. I wanted to know, like, okay, is some of this from personal experience? Yes, this is a fiction book, but what is real here? Do I know Dr. Peabody?
Nobody knows 100% of Dr. Peabody. You probably know 25% of her. She got, I tell you, multiple personality disorder. I want to say is so many versions of her that come out different parts of the book. Is some of the, if you ask them if some of this is real, absolutely. Some of it is real. Some of it is made up. It's funny. I had one lady ask me, "Is there a such thing of that medicine?" And I'm like, "Oh, where can I find that medicine?" I'm like,
"It's been a thought. It's been a thought."
I'm just saying.
I'm like, listen, look. No, not that I know of. This is all up here now.
Look at Mark.
But it is. A lot of my writing will come from experiences. A lot of it won't be 100%. It's 50-50. And I leave it that way because of so many reasons, legal reasons. Just everybody is not at a point where I'm at, where they're able to face it. A lot of them is in denial, but I got a story to tell. And if someone should read the book, I try to make it as best as I can. But if you read it, if it convicts you, it might not even be about you. But if something convicts you in a book, then it belongs to you. And that's how I'll just leave it, but definitely half and half. Yeah.
Can I point
I want to
something
know
out real quick? Oh, go ahead.
Yeah.
at what point, at what point did you say, no, how did you come up with, like, what was you putting together to concoct these medicines?
Yeah.
Like, where did you get that, like, that process from?
LH, yeah.
LH serum. Listen, I am okay. So this is a quick one. I went to school for law, right? So I am a paralegal on paper, but I am an accounting by heart. Okay, so research is easy for me. So I researched a lot of things that wouldn't be exact things, okay, where I can get in trouble for or use something without some permissions, and I just move some things around and then rename some things. So then you got cytox that is not real, and if it is, somebody got to pay me. But I did a lot of research on my book. When I write, whatever I write about, trust I'm a research. I don't just write things and just to put out there of made up things. I try to make it as real as I could. And I did a lot of research with this one.
Can I point something out also? When I started reading Dr. Peabody, one aspect of the book that I couldn't help observing was when it started, the parallel in the beginning of the book with her and one of my characters, Lavelle Thomas, was uncanny because both of their chapters or their stories started when they were behind bars. Like they weren't even a name; they were just a number. And you having read, of course, Fires of Justice as well, I'm sure that when you read it, you said, "Man, this started how the
just like that."
read." So I thought the same thing when I started reading it. I'm like, wow. And then when you're in an isolated place like that, you have a lot of time to reflect on your past. You have a lot of time to think about the traumas that you went through that got you to or got her to where she is. So I noticed that like she was reflecting back on her traumatic past as a child and her, her background, her story of what she endured, what she went through, the abuse and all of that. So I couldn't help but notice that when I read it, just a parallel. And then the way that you expanded upon her story and then you wrote in the other chapters to come why she got landed in that position right there. So I couldn't help but notice the similarities between the way Dr. Peabody began and Fires of Justice. So that's how I knew that it was gonna be a slow burn and it was gonna be like a page turner. I was like, oh yeah, we got a banger right here. So she got it. So I was reading it, and when I said everyone else, I couldn't put it down. I think the first time I read it, I read it in like 2 or 3 days. Wow. And then it was like a couple months, and it was a copy that you signed for me at the meet and greet, when we met face to face. So that was a copy I had read. And yeah, it was a very, very good story. We'll discuss it later, but man, but some of the things though that the male characters went through though, in that book. I mean, like I said, me being a visual author, I'm just quote unquote clutching my jewels at that because I'm like, oh man. I mean, I wish those men hadn't done what they did to their ladies now because maybe they wouldn't have been candidates for that LH 2.0. You know what I'm saying? So
2.0.
Is it really 2.0?
Is it really 2.0? If you really read it, is it really 2.0 that did it?
Is it really?
No. I'll tell you what, Mark. In the installation part 2 might give you a little hope. Like it's a crazy twist. Like every time I read it, because I reread it too. Because every time I read it, it's just more. I get a download of creativity, right? And so I'm like, I know what everybody is expecting to happen in the second installation, but I'm not gonna give them that. So I read it so that I can expect what you guys expect, right? And then I do the opposite. And so that's how my brain works. Okay, I read it first. But what I was finna say is I didn't want to be a writer like all others have been in the past where the main character always won. something.
No,
Winner every time.
exactly. Right.
Yeah, so that's the
Right.
kind of writer I am, to show you that even good people, bad things happen to good people, and some things is not intentional. Some things just happen, life, right? So that's how I wanted this book to be. Like, she's a good person, went to school, did her thing, right? But then things happen. So
No, she's just an ambitious, career-driven young woman who had everything going for her, a great successful practice, and she had her own clinic and everything. I mean, she was doing it. She was on her way, but when her girlfriends are involved in these relationships, and then she felt like, you know what, because this is not being discussed enough, this is not being talked about enough, nobody's dealing with this quick enough for me. So now I got to take action. I got to take matters into my own hands, So that's the vibe I got from that. And when I look at it from that lens, I'm like, there's a part of me that understands why she did it. And then there's a part of me that wish it hadn't gotten to that point, but then again, I understand, and like I said, the story was so riveting that way. So for all you viewers out there, if you haven't gotten your copy of Dr. Peabody, definitely cop this book, because it's gonna keep you like up for, when I say up, I'm literally, you will not want to put it down. So
Yeah. The
But I
second
called
time I read
Shanika.
it. What'd you
But
say?
Shanika, you remember when I called you? Well, I texted you. First of all, I was reading it at work.
Yeah.
And I wasn't supposed to be reading and doing anything but working. And I got to past the first chapter, and I said, I'm gonna tell Shanika she need to put a warning on this dang book. I'm on the side trying to be quiet. They'll tell you, Dr. C and Shanika tell you, I be doing stuff at work I ain't supposed to be doing. So I ain't supposed to be reading this at work. I could control myself. Like, they was like, what is going on with you? I could feel them looking at me. I was like, oh, what? I was like, what? I went to the bathroom. I texted Shanika. I was like, we're going to have to put a warning on this. We're going to have to put a warning on this.
Like the movies.
And then I was just like a real bad kid again, back at the desk, opening chapters, paper clipping, using the paper clips from my desk, paper clipping. So I won't have to be, turning the pages.
Trying to figure out where you left off at.
Right. See, ain't the only one.
But the thing for me is, I never got up. I never got up off. I sat there for like 4 or 5 hours straight and didn't move. Now listen, my knees ain't like they used to be.
I know, I was about to say that.
Indian style. So I felt some type of way about this. I did, because I had to call. I had to take my phone, call my son, and say, come get me off of this porch.
I'm with you.
I couldn't get up.
I love y'all.
That's why you can't take it to the bathroom either. That's all I'm gonna say.
You can't, because you'll be up in there.
Your legs falling asleep. You already done. I was like, I had like 4 or 5 paper clips on the different pages. I was like, I cannot do this kind of stuff at work. I just can't. It was, but it was like, very. It did what it was supposed to do. It woke me up.
That's true.
I had sat down at 6:45 at that desk, and I was like, I put it right there. And what I did was I took little stickies and put it like over the Dr. Peabody part, because I work in a medical clinic. I want them to think some type of way. So I put little stickies.
You doing research?
Doing everything. Yeah, I'm gonna get in trouble. I be saying to myself all the time, I'm too old for this, be getting in trouble like this. So I'm gonna put stickies on it and stuff. But it did what it was supposed to do. It was gripping at the very beginning. And just like Mark said, and just like Natasha said, I kept going back to it. It's something else. But I told Shanika, for now, as publishers, once we get through reading it, we're gonna be like, have to put some stamps on top of it.
And I don't have the opportunity to read every single book
that
I publish. I just can't. I just wouldn't even have the time. But now that we are doing this book club,
Yes.
it gives you that opportunity to kind of read through some of, because we put disclaimers in books all the time. But I think having this book club and being able to read the books, and then you may see something in the book and you may be like, okay, for the anniversary, we're gonna update this. You may see a 2 that should have been a no, but it was a 2, or
Yes.
whatever the case may be. You know, sometimes you see different things, but what I will say is this is a real writer here. And you can tell her passion for it. I can see this as a movie. I mean, we speaking that for
Absolutely.
sure. And anybody who, if you have not written a book before, understand that if it's a 2 and it was supposed to be a no, that happens. I've seen that type of
Yes.
stuff
All
in
the time.
plenty books. Okay. And it doesn't mean that the book is not good. No, this is an excellent.
It'll make
This is
them
a
pick it
great.
up. And it makes some
Oh,
people pick it up. They'll be like, oh, why they got that warning on their book? Let me see.
Come on with it.
oh, yeah, exactly. And not to mention, O'Mia is an award-winning author, and this is her first book. So, yeah, I see her getting more awards for this book. So Mark, what part did you want to talk about? What part did you want to get into?
Well, before I jump into the book, I wanted to ask O'Mia what inspired the cover, because one thing that caught me about the book right away is the cover. I mean, the lady, she looks like she's posing, and then you got flames coming up
Yes.
behind her, like, yo, I'm on
Yes.
fire. You can't touch me, like I'm so
Mysterious
hot.
hot
Right.
look.
And there's an air of mystery, but there's an elegant type of confidence about her. You know what I'm saying? So what inspired that cover?
Mark, 100% honesty. When I saw, actually, what I had in mind was doctor's office with a lady behind it pointing an injection, like the injection things down. That's where my mind says go. But when I saw this, there was no doubt this is what I want. And I'm so glad I get out of the way of myself. When you stand in the way of yourself, you mess up because you think you think you got the answers. Get out of your own way and just allow things to be. And if you can actually I am that one. I take constructive criticism. Any ideas, I don't claim to know it all, but when I see something, bam, that's what I want. And that's what I want. I didn't have to see another cover. I didn't have to go through anything. That was the one. And I felt it here versus what I had wrote down like three years ago. I write down like what I'm going to do 3-4 years from now. Totally different. Totally different than what I got up there.
To the trifecta. Isn't this deja vu? Ain't that what I said last month about the Fires of Justice cover? Sounds almost like the same thing. Yeah, because I told them that the Fires of Justice cover was going to be different. It wasn't even this cover that I intended to have. My cover was going to be a pair of hands behind some jail bars, and that was what I was going to use. But then I thought about it, plus the cover that you currently see right now, and it was just like you said. It was like this cover was more. You're right. Got to get it out your way and go with a more poignant cover, the cover that best describes what's going to be the antithesis of your story. So when I look at Dr. Peabody and I read the book, I felt like the cover. It basically tells you that it's going to be like one hell of a book. To be honest with you, because it comes at you, and then just what she goes through. And where she lands in the beginning of the book, you want to read how she got there and what are the circumstances in her background that got her to where she's at. But great job on the cover and just the presentation.
And can I just say, I think that, and even to anybody who wants to write a book or thinking about writing a book, I would say allow the creatives to be creative first. And then if it is not something that intrigues you, then say, okay, let me take it from him. Let me give you some ideas, because I'm going to tell you, there's so many times where I'm like, man, I need a cover. And I just tell the graphic designers to do it. And we got a couple of graphic designers on the roster, but I'll say, man, I need a cover for my book from Projects to Publisher. Can you put me something together?
Yes.
I'll let them do it. And when I see it, sometimes I'll be blown away. I'll be like, oh, that is it. But then sometimes it's like, okay, no, I don't want this, da da da. But when a graphic designer brought back this cover right here, okay, because I think O'Mia in some ways wanted to see a couple different covers, but this was like the first cover, and I'm like, oh shit, this has got to be it.
It was it.
And it is what it was.
It is. That was it. I tell you one thing. I did tell her in the process of writing this book. I said, I stick to what I know. If I don't know publishing. I don't know art. I don't know how, but I know how to.
But write. I know how to write.
I know how to write, and so I love it. I was excited when it came through my phone. I'm like, yeah. Shanita, like, you want to think about it? No, that's what I want right now.
The thing for me now listen, publisher of this. First of all, I am a
texture.
I probably got a texture person. When I tell you I just did this, I said, oh my God. I wasn't even looking at the cover. The way that this felt, the packaging that it came in. And then when I really paid attention to the cover, I said, come on now. I said, I think we're going on a ride. Let's go downstairs. But when I say the care, the attention to detail that was put all the way down to the packaging.
Yeah.
That's right.
It just worked for me. I did a whole video. I did a whole review, all of the things. And my biggest thing was the way the book felt to me.
Yes.
The way that it felt.
Thing, though, Tasha, let's tell Shanita another thing, guys. I had people complaining that I didn't get a package like that. They must have ordered like somewhere else, and they was like, "I'm gonna reorder it so I can get the package." Your packaging is amazing. You hear me? Like, beautiful. You did an amazing job with that.
I mean, they got to order from the She Publishing site. I mean, She Publishing is going to dress it up for you like that. If they order from Amazon or any other retailer, they're not going to take care of you like that. I mean, that's just the way it is.
That was all of it. Amazing. The cover had me. I had to read it. I was like, okay, it's late. I just got in from work. I'm a little tired. I'm gonna leave it. I could not read it. And I promise you guys that it's not because of who she is to me.
Yeah.
If I'm not doing it, okay? I'm not doing it. But for me, once I seen the cover and I had it in my hands, I said, okay, I got to get in her business a little bit. I need to know my questions are different, sister. Where Dr. Peabody come from? Because we didn't grow up with her. But then I had to think about it.
Yes, we did.
All of that writing on the porch, all of the thoughts, all of the things that we used to think about and we used to talk about, it just, to see it come to life, y'all. For me to see it come to life, I said, oh, so we ain't playing no games no more, right? That's what you're saying? I'm picking up what you putting down. Wow. Let me go over here and read it. Let me read this one more time. But I honestly feel like I didn't miss something. I feel like I missed something. So my questions are different. Girl, what's wrong with you? What you doing over there?
I'm preparing the installation part 2.
I said she didn't move 30,000 miles away from me, and now she done lost her mind. But I loved every minute of it, y'all. I promise you, I did. And this has opened my eyes to so much. Like, I actually, as I was reading, I said, I think my friend had lost her mind. No, she didn't. She just had to dig deep. Maybe she didn't have to dig deep. I'm talking about, I had all of the questions. I thought about everything while I was reading this.
Yeah.
But triggers, but when Mark talked about earlier, when he talked about how did she get there and why did those men do the things that they did? For me, it was to address triggers. You think you suppress things and you think you over things. And that, and if once we go into the book, or when we get to that point, you'll see how successful she turned out, right? But deep down rooted, the root of her was still down.
She had not tapped into what the real issue was.
Yeah.
And it's amazing how one thing in this showed me that one thing, if you are not healing, or you haven't moved, like not just moved past, if you haven't worked through the trauma that you went through, people have to understand that healing is not a destination, it's a journey. And sometimes it's one word. I know for me, I have triggers, and you could say one word and it'll send me all into a frenzy. So I'm like, that helped a lot. I know this book has helped. If you really think about it, it'll help so many different people, because we don't deal with our triggers and our traumas. A lot of people don't even know what triggered them.
I mean, it also speaks to another problem that's sort of permeating in our community, which is instability in relationships. Thank you, Elogia. But not all men are like that. Thank you very much.
know that.
I feel like I have to defend all the good ones out here. Okay. I look, all the watchers, all
Mark,
my
you know
females
me.
out there. I'm not like that. Okay. So let me exclude myself from that. But I'm just saying.
You're excluded,
you know,
Mark. You're excluded.
Thank
For
you.
real.
Thank you. But basically, it sheds a light on these type of toxic relationships, and then how dishonesty and then not taking care of yourself, and then just being neglectful with yourself as well as with your partner can lead to disastrous things in the relationship. And then because, just like O'Mia said earlier, just this particular character has a trigger point because of what she dealt with in her past.
Yes.
Now she feels like, you know what? Every time this woman's hurt, this woman is me. You know, she's going through my pain. She's going through my struggle, and I have to protect her. I have to intercede for her the way that no one did for me. You know, so that's what I took from it. You know, and that's the aspect I read when I read the story in its entirety. I'm like, okay, so she's stepping in for her friend to defend her friends from these dudes, you know. And like I said, I wish it wasn't that way. I wish a lot of us were more cognizant of how we treat our significant other, you know, and be more careful. But we live in a real world, and unfortunately, this is how the cookie crumbles. But I just think it's also just a awareness story too. Like, you know, you got to watch out who you associate with and what you're dealing with, you know, and then treat your significant other better. Like, don't take them for granted, you know, and you know, do the right things, you know, treat them right. You know, that's what I take from it.
Watch your children.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
You know,
and that's a big thing too. Yeah.
I think too, as if I can just interject, I think as we're talking about just the subject of mental health, you know, it's been such a one of those things that we don't talk about, especially in our group of families. We don't talk about those things. We don't talk about, you know, the trauma or the triggers or what makes you sad or what makes you happy. We don't talk about those things. It's always brushed under the rug. So I think touching on the points of mental health is so important these days, especially as we're coming out of COVID. Just being able to have those conversations, those roundabout conversations about being true to ourselves, being really, as I said before, digging deep and finding out who we are deep down. And then once we learn that, then everything else will start coming up to the top and we'll be able to deal with it. But if we continue to just brush it up under the rug and say it's okay and don't say nothing about it, it'll never get better. So I think being able to be, being able to put that out on the table and letting people know about it. But as Miss Natasha said, the feel of the books and how it looks, as publishers, that's the first thing we tell people. That's your calling card. what your book cover looks like
Is
is your
everything.
cover card for everything. And then when you turn it over to the back and it gives a good read, you it's sold. So I know it's probably it's that it's what is it matte finish.
Matt.
That
Yes.
finish
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
amazing. And
Yeah.
so my people who
Yes.
get it, they be like, "What does this feel like?" I say, "It feels like velvet, doesn't it?"
Yes.
So I agree. As a publisher, as people, as Tamika says, we have some amazing graphic designers. You tell them what your vision is, and before you know it, you got it. And so this is a beautiful cover, and it just gives this mystery about who is this woman, what is her story. And
What is
so
she
I
up
think,
to?
yeah, exactly. What is she doing around the corner? Why is there smoke back there? Like, okay,
Mhm.
smoke in the city, where's she at? So it gives a lot of dimensions to the book. And then with the title, Dr. Peabody. Well, what does that mean? Doctor who? Is she Doctor who? Is
Yes.
so it
Of
gives you
somebody's body?
like how do you question,
He's
right?
a male doctor.
What kind of
Yeah,
doctor?
man. Not my body. I'll tell you
Yeah,
that
like,
right now. Not my
yeah.
body. Nah.
So it gives you
I
this
ain't
illusion.
having that.
It
Yes.
gives you an illusion
Yeah.
to kind of gives you a different view of what it could be until you open it up. But that is a calling card. That cover calls you to say, look, I
Yeah,
don't
it
know who
makes you
Dr.
want to
Peabody,
open it.
right. I don't know who Dr. Peabody is, but I'm getting ready to find out. Let me go ahead and purchase it because I need to know what's going on with it.
That's
Yeah.
it right there. And that's exactly what it did. I know for me. I was like, I have to. And I can't get up until I'm done. Don't talk to me. Don't look at me because I got to see what's she hot or something. She hot. So I got to see what she's talking about. And if we could be friends, because I like characters in books, but I don't know if I want to, I don't know about how y'all. But back with the whole mental health thing, when somebody says, the problem is when somebody says, and I don't remember if that, I mean, I know there was no real dialogue regarding that, but people tend to, like you said, not just brush it under the rug, or they'll say you just they just want attention. It's not attention seeking. Sometimes you have to at least call it, hey, you good over there? You need me to ride, you need me to pull up? What is it? Like, because you never know. Maybe a trigger could be you not, somebody just not saying, okay, let me check. You know? Let me check. The story took me in so many different places that I was just like, wow. If I hadn't have known, if it didn't have the author's name on it, honestly, and I'm being honest with you, I wouldn't have known that she wrote that.
Wow.
I wouldn't have known that she wrote that. If I had never seen, if I hadn't have known what her name was, if it had no name on it, you couldn't have told me go pick and see which one. And I know you like I know you. No, ma'am. I couldn't have went and picked that up without your name being on it. Not to say that you don't
That's awesome.
have that in you to do something like that.
Right.
Yeah.
That's
But
amazing.
I know what we talked about. Well, never mind. You know?
Now, I guess it really like went in a bunch of different directions that I was not expecting. So you obviously do a great job in that. Especially, okay, she went through molestation as a kid, grew up, saw her friends still being treated a certain kind of way, even her, and then decided to create this serum, which is two, I guess. And then she gets with someone, and I really wasn't expecting that
Me
piece.
either.
Well,
Yeah.
I kind of saw it coming because
I need to give the fella
no, because there was a chapter or two where, like, when you read it, she number one, she was staying after with her, like researching with her. She knows like most of the what you call it, the chemicals in the lab. I think there was a section where she studied. So she does a lot of study under her, and I was like, you know what? Either she's like a best friend, but she's getting really close. And then I was like, yeah. And then when the chapter came where it eventually got to that, I was like, okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Now, Mark, my question to you, do you think she did that intentionally to get even closer?
What you mean? Like you talking
No,
about? Are
because
you talking about Daisy or?
yeah, I'm talking about Daisy and
Oh,
Dr. Peabody because I'm
Mhm.
gonna tell you, I don't think it was Serum 2 that did it, but
No.
I don't think it was number 2 that did it.
Well, to me. It seemed
Oh,
like
Mia,
it
see
was
what you did.
right.
She did.
Yeah.
Yeah, look at you. This is
She opened
good
up.
because they go in
My
there.
dream,
She
my
opened up a
dream
can
is
of
coming
worms.
true.
That's her
This
fault.
is my dream right here. Y'all don't even know. While y'all
Yeah.
talking, I'm already doing a twist for this one. So you just feeding me. I love it. Keep going.
Okay, so
I'm upset. I'm
look,
getting upset in a second, but
right. I mean, it was unexpected. You know, I think it was one of those things where O'Mia wanted to be. I don't want to say like a surprise, but I think it was one of those twists where she wanted to give the reader another dynamic, you know, in her relationship.
okay.
And then when I look back at it, when you look at her earlier life, you know, it was a grown man that assaulted her. So who knows if her trust in men may have deteriorated by the time that she reached adulthood. So, you know, maybe she just leans emotionally more towards woman or another woman, not just a woman, but someone who she feels has her back at all times, someone who she could fully trust. So yeah, I
Well,
felt
I
like
got that, but okay.
yeah. I mean, it was just it was unexpected, but it was one of them things where I kind of saw it, you know, but
Mm-hmm.
it was one of those twists that she threw in. What you know, great twist, I might add, very good twist. I didn't. I mean, but yeah, I'm just a little bit perturbed by what the men had to go through because you got to remember, I'm a male reading this stuff, and
Yeah.
then I understand that hey, they kind of brought it on themselves, but the fact that she sort of went overboard with the serum, and then the guys had to endure some painful
They had to come back again. She was getting her money. She was getting her money though.
Getting coins.
She was getting them coins, honey.
Was it her who made it fall off? I mean,
Right. That's
I'm
the
just
thing.
saying, you got a whole other point.
Yeah, that point made me have to cross my legs when I'm reading. I have to be like this, you know, when I'm reading because I want to, you know. I mean, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm like,
You don't have to
oh,
apologize. I can imagine.
Okay. Yeah, the end of the
but
book had me
I liked
thinking
it
something
though.
totally different. But
Right.
That's
okay.
what I was thinking you were gonna. That's what I thought you guys were gonna talk about the most. The ending.
Yeah, so I mean, so what do you guys think about the ending though? I mean, because actually we're gonna be ending soon because like we done been talking about this for almost an hour because it's so good. And but I do gotta throw something in here though.
Yeah.
So have anybody, and this is gonna be like off the wall, like has anybody seen like Bridgerton?
I haven't seen
That
Bridgerton.
okay.
No.
I love Bridgerton, okay. And so there's a girl in there, her name Dr. No, not Dr. Whistletone or something. It's the lady who do
Miss
the
Whistle.
journalism.
Mm-hmm.
Is it okay? She do the journalism. And then somebody in there, somebody actually tried to mimic her. They tried to create a newspaper, right? So when I read the ending of the book, I was actually ready to be that mimic person. I wanted to continue the story because I wanted to know it so bad. So I was about to be a whistle tone copycat. And y'all would have seen the Dr. Peabody too. And then it would have been a second Dr. Peabody.
Spinoff.
Like, oh, look,
Spinoff.
Yeah.
one.
You're doing the spinoff, Shanita. This is a spinoff of Dr. Peabody.
That's too funny.
That's how much I wanted to know what the next step, what really happened, and if the girlfriend really set Dr. Peabody up.
I tell you, I can't say this. It's gonna be mouth dropping when you find out who she really is.
What?
See what I'm talking about?
Because I left saying Daisy. It was Daisy all the time, but
That's what I left with. That's what I left with. I left that it was Daisy all along that had put. So it's not.
Well, I don't know. You got to read part 2 to
okay, so you gotta stop teasing us now. We need to get on with the sequel because this is leaving me on edge now, like for real.
I told my mom. I know we gotta go though, but I told my mom a little bit about my direction for part 2. I try not to tell her everything because her reaction is everything to me. And when I told her just a little bit of part 2, she was like, "What do you do? Just sit there and think of things just to come up."
Yep.
Yeah,
that's it. That's it.
Yep.
Yeah, wow. It reminds me of the way that I ended Street Retribution, which is the 6th book in my series. Like I ended that on a cliffhanger too, and a couple of my readers came back to me and said, "Wait, Mark, what happened? Like this is how it's going to end like that?" So they had to wait a whole year and some change before I came out with Divine Vengeance. Because I had to rush that one out because people didn't, because I left it on a cliffhanger. Sometimes those cliffhanger endings sort of don't put you in a great light for other readers. Like they want you to crank out a sequel as soon as possible. And they're like, yo, chill. Like this takes time. I gotta brainstorm and then I gotta gather myself and then put myself in the right headspace to be able to formulate this sequel for y'all. So I think you did an excellent job, and I think the suspense level was so good. Like Shanita had mentioned, I think this could be like a Lifetime network type situation, or or Netflix special, because if you look at most of the movies that they show on that network, I mean, it's literally along the same lines of drama, suspense, and then just unexpected twists. I think that it could definitely be up there. So for sure. I think you killed it.
Thank you.
Very good.
Yeah. So is it any like final words from any of the viewers about the book before we find out where everywhere where can people get the book again, and because it's at a lot of different major retailers as well, and you know what, is there any final words you have to say? Because I'm like sitting here, I understand the creativity, you got to have it, and I want to respect that, but I'm gonna tell you, I'm waiting. Okay, I'm waiting for the unpublished manuscript is what I'm waiting for. So what final words do you have for your readers and the viewers?
I would like to say, first, I just got to say thank you. I am truly excited. Like you guys don't even know, like all of the emotions, all of the feedback, everything I've gotten, I've taken that straight to the heart. And because I live and breathe the writing, guys, you just don't even really know. I am not one that can write with 2 hands. I wasn't born that way, but I am that way. That's just how much I love to write. I had a hand down one time and I had to learn how to write with another one. I just love writing. Nothing stopped me. I would say stay along this journey with me, stay along with this ride. I got so much more to come, so much more to give and share. So many lessons in my book. Most books don't have any meat to it. I try to give meat to my book. It's a lot going on in that book, but there's a lot of lessons. There's a lot of things that I try to put out there that I probably can't talk to you one-on-one about. But if I put it in a book and you read it, it might can help. And just from all of the comments that I got back where people have faced their past and people have decided to say, I'm no longer a victim. When I heard that, I am a crybaby. Shanita know that it had me in tears. I'm at work crying just because of the reaction from the book itself, even in knowing that I didn't, this wasn't the direction. It is a direction, but it wasn't my direction. And so I really believe that this is not my book. This is God's book. He wrote this book. I said that. I tell everybody that I did not write this book. My book was the two of us. I'm going to stand on. That's going to be another one coming your way, by the way. But God said, let this one out. Just because some things I didn't want to say in this book. And I said it anyway. So it's stepping out on faith and understanding. People are going to judge you regardless. People are going to say things. They're going to, regardless, get it out. Because sometimes I know when I write it down and it release some things, because sometimes you can talk it out. And because somebody's trying to help you, they either interrupt you or they feel sorry for you. And I say it all the time. My tears is not always because I'm hurting. I say it all the time. Sometimes I'm happy. And so when I write, I can get it all out, what I'm feeling. Speaking of, I have a journal coming out, guys. I'm so excited about that. In that journal, and I bring that up because in that journal, it allows you to keep things and burn things. Sometimes we write things down, you write because you're happy. And then sometimes you write things down and you don't want to see it again and you burn it. And so I cannot wait to introduce my journal to you guys. It's called Healing in Action, truly steps in action. Some journals, I know, Shanita, I don't know if I was supposed to go this far, but some journals just have you free write, and you don't have no type of directions, or you have directions that, really don't give you that direction. This one gives you all directions, action steps, something you can do daily, steps towards truly healing. And I hope that my journal and my books do that for you. That is my only goal, is to help somebody else where I wasn't helped at a point in my life. And I had to learn through experiences. I thank God for those experiences, though, because it made me who I am today. But I hope that I can help somebody before it get to Cytox. So I really thank you guys. I really appreciate you reading my book. Those who read it, those who want to get it, go to Amazon, go to Sheep Publishing, grab a copy. Let me know what you think. Leave a comment below. Let me know what you're thinking. Tell me what you think part 2 going to be about. I'm excited to hear it all.
We're not telling you nothing. We're not telling you what part 2 going to be about. We're not.
You just going to wait for it?
Listen, I'm sitting.
But I am grateful. I'm humble too. I'm very grateful for it all.
Yeah, so I hope you guys saw the cover of Girl Get Up. It's the Restoring Me journal by O'mia Tylet, and it will be out for the holidays because, the book and this journey, this journal can really be a stocking stuffer. Like, I love journals. I love writing down my thoughts, and I love finding new, pretty different journals to write in. Mm-hmm. Now, I will say, I truly hope to see O'mia at our Lit Fest next year, which will be in 2026. Just share with you guys just a flyer. It will be October 2nd and 3rd, 2026. This is the first Lit Fest ever by the trifecta, which is Allure Publishing, Inspire Publishing, and She Publishing. So this is something that we intend to do every year for our authors. Next year, it will be at the Chicago Marriott Midway. So it's close to the airport, free shuttle service, all this other good stuff, several hotels and other venues in the area. Inspired will be putting on a barbecue, y'all, for the meet and greet. So we gonna have a really good time. And let me just share just some promo really quick.
Come out to meet your favorite authors in person before they become impossible to book. Chicago is making literary history. On October 1st through 3rd, 2026, with its first Lit Fest at the Chicago Midway Marriott. The Lit Fest is your opportunity to network with other authors and with publishing companies that could significantly impact your writing career. Get your favorite book signed or discuss publishing your first book. Authors, publishers, and book lovers under one roof. Don't miss your chance because it's going to be lit. Don't miss it. Join us and be part of literary history.
That's right. Get it in.
Yes. So we are Super excited about that. We
Mhm.
always try to bring something different. You know, this year we had the gala. Next year is going to be the Lit Fest. And also just to let you guys know, Allure Publishing is actually having something in April as well. And I actually did have that flyer, and it's not popping in for some reason.
Well, why
I can't
Shanika's
get it
trying to
in.
do that, guys, I also have a late night readers book club where I feature one author every month as my way of course, saying thank you and helping out other authors as well as myself. I ask you if you would like to be featured as the author of the month. I grab a hold of your book. I ask my followers to purchase it. We discuss it. And I do that every month for all authors. And I started with our She family. Everybody should at some point is going to get a message from me saying, hey, would you like to be featured in our monthly read? So I think that'll be a good way of exposure, just because a lot of us don't get that much exposure. So
Yeah. And can you put that in the chat, O'Mia? Where can they go to join your book club, the Late Night Readers Book Club? So thank you for that. Look, we
Yeah,
sharing
I
a
think
lot of
I
stuff
followed
tonight,
her
y'all.
already.
Yeah.
But
No, what were you saying?
I was going to say about the journal she has. If you want to just go ahead and sneak peek to December's next read, is actually journaling, O'Mia. We're journaling.
Yes.
oh,
Yeah,
Oh my gosh, we
look
are
at God.
we're
journaling.
Oh, come on,
journaling.
God.
Mhm.
Our journaling. So
We're
yeah, so we
journaling. And I even
yeah.
got one for guys because I know ours is, like flowers and stuff like that. So, I mean, she publishing to post the journals that I'll send, and she
Yes.
along with journal because we bring it in the new year.
Yes, yes, yes. Thank you. Ooh, yes.
Okay, well,
So
I guess we got a couple journals. And then just also in
There
April,
we go.
Allure Publishing is putting on their Meet the Authors April 25th, 2026. Dr. C, can you tell us a little bit about it?
Oh, sure. So yeah, we are hosting a Meet the Author in Business vending event April 25th, 2026. This will be a part of what we call our Lit Fest. So it's just pushing more people out there to let them know that first off, that Allure Publishing is in North Carolina, but we also want to give a segue for those people who don't get the exposure, but have a place to come to vend their stuff. So this will happen April 25th, 2026. As we move toward the Lit Fest. And so hopefully we'll get some of those authors and business owners to come to the Lit Fest in Chicago.
yes.
And where's the event that you just put up?
That's in North Carolina. That's in Durham.
Let me tell you something.
Raleigh,
First,
Durham.
April 25th is the best day ever to
It
have
must
this
be your
event.
birthday. It's your birthday.
And second of all, I am an hour and a half away, so I will see you there.
Ain't that convenient?
No.
That's so convenient. Ain't that convenient? I
But,
mean,
but wait,
Where are
Shanika.
you from? Where you at?
Originally, I'm from Chicago, but I'm in Georgia right now. I live in Georgia now.
oh, me too.
Okay.
Wow.
I think we're gonna have another author to add to the She Publishing roster. Her and I, Natasha and I have been working on we've been writing together. And she have many writings of her own that I think you published one probably, but I told her, no, you need to be with She Publishing, girl. You need to get with us, girl. So we working on something. I haven't discussed it yet, but I'm excited to get that up and running as well. We have to finish that. Just know, Shanita, we got another one that's going to be added to the family coming soon.
And if I could, thank you. The thing about what we doing, I told her, I said, because of the distance we are now, and a lot of other things. Did you start it? Did you start it or I started it? She started something and then she sent it to me, like maybe a paragraph or a couple lines. She started it, then I finished it, and then I sent it back to her.
So we kind of like going back and forth. We don't know where it's gonna lead. So we leaving it to each other just to go. So wherever she takes it, then it's up to me to finish it. And it's turning out to be an amazing read. Like I couldn't, yeah.
But and what you have to understand is we grew up together, but I feel like I can literally tell you something right now and make you believe me, make you believe that it's the truth, and I could be lying through my teeth. This is so it's like an adrenaline rush. When you see the 3 dots come up, I was like, and then they disappear and you don't get anything.
That's what I was doing to her, because she'll text me and say, Mimi, now why you twisted like that? Because I'm always twisting and turning. I never leave it for you to expect what I'm gonna say next. That's not fun, right?
No, it isn't. Nope, it ain't fun at all. Well, expect the
So
unexpected.
the thing is, I don't know what we gonna get out of this, but I can say that it's definitely interesting.
I love them.
Creative.
I love them so much.
This is real creative. I love it.
Yeah.
Natasha, real quick, where in Georgia are you at?
Goodness, Toccoa.
Oh wow, okay. You about a few hours from me, because I'm in Kennesaw, so I'm like 30 minutes from Georgia, Atlanta. So
yeah, I have no idea. I don't know where anything is. I threw a dart and this is where I landed.
Okay, cool.
It's called crazy faith, ain't it?
Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been to Toccoa before, but it's been years. But I that's a few hours north of me. But yeah, that's what's up.
Wow.
Thank you.
Yeah, look, so this has been a really, really great, interesting conversation from beginning.
I love it.
Yeah, and so I guess we're gonna see you again, O'Mia, when we are doing the journaling, when we're talking about that as well. And whoever else would like to come onto our platform, we just ask that you definitely become a member of Confessions of a Publisher Book Club. Have these conversations with us and everything. I always say the secrets is in the books, you know what I'm saying, in between the pages, or the front and the back cover of the book. And I just love the creativity, and just reading these books, they inspire you to want to write fiction novels and different things like that. I mean, I've never been into fiction, but just reading the different books and having the opportunity to read them during the book club, it's just been really a great treat. So yeah, thank you guys for joining us. I'm Shanitha Finesse, CEO and founder of She Publishing LLC. Aloja is the CEO of Inspire Publishing LLC, and Dr. C is the CEO and founder of Allure Publishing LLC. We are sister companies. We are the trifecta. And we can't wait to see you next month for our December roundtable conversation. So thank you.
Thank you.
Yes.
Bye.
Yeah, have a good one. Thank you.
Have a good one.
Come out to meet your favorite authors in person before they become impossible to book. Chicago is making literary history. On October 1st through 3rd, 2026, with its first Lit Fest at the Chicago Midway Marriott. The Lit Fest is your opportunity to network with other authors and with publishing companies that could significantly impact your writing career. Get your favorite book signed or discuss publishing your first book. Authors, publishers, and book lovers under one roof. Don't miss your chance because it's going to be lit. Don't miss it. Join us and be part of literary history.